So Nida, we are going to be talking about white papers and ebooks. And before we actually go ahead, I would like let's all have a look at this video and see what this gentleman has to say about white papers.
So the trend that I'm seeing is that less and less people actually read ebooks and white papers. So yes, you can set up campaigns, you can gather somebody's contact details, but very little people are actually going to read the ebook or read the white paper. People are getting more and more used to shorter pieces of information. They want to see quick videos, they want to read short blogs, they want to go through a carousel, they want to read somebody's LinkedIn post, but they do not want to read a big ass ebook. They simply don't have the time for it and not the attention span, because all they're being fed the whole day is short pieces of content.
So what do you think, Nida? I mean, what's your take on white papers and ebooks?
Yeah, Kaushik, I think I agree with him on so many levels because white papers seem a bit passe. I mean, there's a lot of content in it. It's too long, and we are more inclined towards working on shorter content pieces. Because the audience that we're dealing with today has shorter attention spans. It's all about scrolling to the next point. So we do need to see a lot of things in a short time.
Yeah. And I think in B2B and IT, we see clients also looking at Instagram. Like, they're not saying that Instagram is not B2B, and they're looking at Instagram kind of content. And you're right. It's very few companies are doing white papers and ebooks. So I have a some perspective on this, which I would like to share. I'm just going to be sharing my screen. A lot of people are saying white papers, and we kind of echo that, right? And you agreed on that. Now, the general notion is this: yes, why should you waste effort making white papers? It takes enormous effort and time. Like, I have an example. I was just looking at this, right? So this is what a typical white paper would entail. Okay, this is from G2, and you can see the level of for a white paper to be downloaded and for the experience to be good, right? This is the level of graphics or the level of content editing.
I mean, it's actually creative. I mean, not many white papers are like this. This is actually interesting.
Well done. Yeah, it's well done. And so it's easily like you have to plan for something like this a month in advance, and there has to be a team of 3 people at least who are doing this kind of work. You need a very good designer. If there is
Definitely.
If there is primary research involved, like some of the numbers, if there was primary research, then you have to, of course, do it like at least 2 months, because then you have to send out the surveys and you have to get the data. So it's a lot of work, not something which smaller companies would they may not have this kind of bandwidth.
The resources for this.
Yes. So the point that I want to make is that yes, this is not everyone's game, but what is important is the mindset, right? The mindset of making long form content, and this is something which is important. And so let's take an example. Right now, suppose you are if you're an IT company which is offering Odoo implementation services. Odoo is one of the leading open source ERP products right now. Unless and you have if you develop some good long form content around this, right? Odoo CRM new features 2024, for example. One is, yes, you will start ranking, right? So if you have good content, a lot of the long form content does end up ranking. So that's the first advantage, right? So you may not do like a white paper, but if you start developing content around new features in, say, June, July, and 2024-25, right? It keeps on evolving, right? So that's what I mean by it's not a white paper, but it's like a evolving, constantly updated long form content, right? So one is, yes, that has a good chance of ranking. The other bit is that it and especially in the context of like having AI driven chatbots, you will see that could be a good way for like a visitor who's on your site to start the conversation. They will have more the chatbot will be able to give them more answers.
Because the chatbot ultimately needs data to answer.
Yes, so it can just get connected to this evolving, constantly updated piece of content that you have. And and the third bit is this gives good I would say this gives good support to the social team. Like this will give them good ideas. Like if you have a constantly updated set of articles, right, then the social team can actually make like a series,
Yeah.
right?
Because the social media team will not be entirely aware of the technical specifics and everything, but they can get a lot of data from what you have put here.
Yes, yes, and that's always a challenge, because having like a series, that makes a lot of sense, because every week to think of something new also for the social team is tough, right? So if you can
Of
plan
course.
something like this, that okay, every
Yeah.
Wednesday you will do like a what's new kind of a thing, right? So every Wednesday so
Correct.
it's all laid out, so there's no need of a lot of discussion also,
Yeah.
right?
And no one today has so much time to sit with social media teams and give the knowledge transfer on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
Yeah, that's like a constant challenge. Okay,
Yeah.
people. Yeah, so just summarizing what we discussed, there were 3 points that, although yes, we all agree that white papers and ebooks are, I mean, only the bigger companies have the bandwidth for that,
Yeah.
and very rightly so. But these are the three advantages of having a mindset which is driven by long form content. So you may not ultimately make a white paper, but you should have some pieces of content which are getting constantly updated, which are long form,
Correct.
and which can trigger all these three processes, right? So
Yeah.
great. Thank you, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.
Thank you.